Hello, my name is Ethan, and welcome back to another episode of Path of Exile Kalandra 3.19. In this episode, I'm going to be going over a new buffed Mon'tregul's Grasp Zombie Explode Fire build. Let's go. So, what did they do to the Mon'tregul's? The Mon'tregul's Grasp unique Sceptre now has raised zombies deal 100 to 125% more physical damage. So it's 25% more than before. What the hell? Enemies killed by zombies hits explode every time. It always was 100%. And then it deals 50% of their life as fire in an explosion instead of 20%. What? Huge damage. You know when you see like 10th or 8%? It used to be 20 and now it's 50. 2.5 times the damage. What? This is my old zombie build, clear speeds. Okay, this is best clear speed zombie build PoE, and this was Scourge League. 118 Scourge stacks, enjoy the clear. Boom! Big explosions. You could see how big the explosions were. This was really crazy. So you could look this up, best clear speed zombie build PoE on YouTube, and you'll find this, and it's just, you could watch the explosions. Might be a bit blurry because it was kind of old, but like the explosions are massive when it's happening, and then they chain because the explosion can kill and it counts as the zombie killing, so it chains. It's like the explode chestplate, but it's 100% of the time, but it's only zombie kills, which is the weird part. You have to have zombie damage. It's kind of awkward. Alright, now what have I put together? So here we have, I also have a list of Spectres we're going to be using too. So here we have at the start, Mon'tregul's Grasp. I used the lowest rolled one possible, so you'll have the 100% more. Literally any Mon'tregul's is going to be better than this because it's 100% to 125. Okay, so we're using the lowest roll and that has the 50% and explode. And we're Maw of Mischief for minions are aggressive, and then we're Triad Grip to convert it to fire. Okay. So that's the early combo, early items you might need. Maw of Mischief is kind of expensive early. Mon'tregul's might be expensive and rare depending on the tier of unique after this, and Triad Grip isn't that bad. And then I decided we're doing fire stuff. So first I want to go into the Spectres, actually. I want to get into the Spectres. They're really cool, and then I'll talk about the rest of the fire stuff. But it's a lot of fire scaling, fire skills. You can already see it all. And then I'll also talk about some power spikes. Our first Spectre is Xoph's Favoured and can be found in the Xoph's domain. So we're going to find a Xoph. There's Xoph's Loyal and there's also Xoph's Favoured, as you could see there. So let me just... Where did my corpse go? I had it. I saw it. Okay, Xoph's Favoured. And then this guy sends out a Empowering Howl every 12 seconds with a 7.5 second duration. And that will actually give us 20% of our physical damage as extra fire, added as extra fire. So you know how Unholy Might is 30% of physical damage as extra chaos? This is 20%. So this is 66% of Unholy Might, 62.5% uptime for only a single Spectre for fire damage, physical to fire. This is a really cool Spectre. Xoph's Favoured in the Breach, Xoph's Breach. I also decided to add the notes here. So Xoph's Favoured from the Xoph Breach Spectre version, 20% of physical damage as extra fire damage, 7.5 second duration with a 12 second cooldown, 62.5% uptime. The next one, I have opened up a drox map. So this is influenced by drox, and it has a drox at the end. And we've come in and we've killed some of the influence, and we get these Arena Masters. So we're going to summon an Arena Master, and then I'm going to show you something I didn't know they did. So they actually changed the Arena Master. I didn't know they did this. I knew that they nerfed it, but they actually fixed him. Okay, so in your hideout, you'll see that the Empowering Howl happens from the Xoph's Favoured, and we all glow purple and we're dealing extra fire damage. But the Arena Master's not going off. So what I figured out after trying it again is they nerfed the Arena Master by half, but they actually kind of buffed it. So he does the Arena Master presence only when he sees an enemy. So if you come into a boss room, he won't randomly waste it while the boss is phasing and all this shit, and then he'll actually have it ready for the boss. Like, let's say you just started Uber Elder or you just start Maven, it won't use it while the boss is like doing its animation to start the fight, right? It'll only it'll actually have it up for when you need it for the fight, and as long as you kill it fast enough, then you're good to go. Oh, we're obviously missing all of our minions, all of our nothing set up correctly. It was just to show off how they changed the Spectre to only work when it's in the presence of an enemy, so it doesn't do the annoying bonk bonk in your hideout anymore. It's a huge buff. And then in my opinion, now this is a burst Spectre that could actually be used for bossing. For if you just kill in the first 4 seconds, and then the 8 seconds, well, 12-second cooldown, 8 seconds of downtime doesn't matter. It's a 33% uptime, but just kill them in 4 seconds, easy. And it's actually really good. So yeah, that's a drox map where you fight drox. Drox Citadel. This next one, you can come to Ashen Fields, Act 7, and you can summon the Carnage Chieftain. And we're gonna probably, in this one, still be going Frenzy Charges, because my idea here is for the thing, AoE spell Frenzy Charges for allies every 6 seconds. The nerf, so it's still 12% more damage and 12% attack speed. This is still really good. The power charges is a lot less crit chance. We'll have to see how I feel about that after we see all the sources of crit multi and all of our sources of crit strike chance. But for now, it seems like we don't use the host chieftain, and monkeys are now not strung together. Weak power charges, rest in peace. But maybe they're really strong still. And now this last one I actually can't show you in game until the next season. So Scourge League is coming back in the form of Beyond next season. They're deleting Beyond and they're replacing it with Scourge, and then it's going to be in every region. So you're going to, instead of having Beyond, you're going to summon the Scourge, and you can get Pale Seraphim. It's a Spectre, and then its spell hits a single spot. Small AoE makes enemy take 15% increased damage and 15 action speed slow. Last 3 seconds has a 6-second cooldown, so it's a 50% uptime. And a nice thing that combos with all of this is technically minion speed alt quality. I'll show you this. There's an alt qual minion speed for minion cooldown recovery rate, like 20%. And so this is actually pretty good for I have found it. I was wrong. It was not. It's Divergent Minion Speed and has a 20% increased cooldown recovery rate, so you could get 23 quality, and this would actually be a huge thing. Then yeah, 20 to 23% of these cooldowns is massive. So like 12 seconds, 6 seconds, 12 seconds, 6 seconds. So take 20%, 23% off of that. It's amazing. Really good. Helps the uptime, helps your Spectres, and when you're using a bunch of different ones instead of stacking them to get the consistency, the cooldown is like having almost 20% more Spectres. Does it make sense? 23% more Spectres? Really good. Alright, how good are they now? Because this was just telling you about the Spectres that I'm going to be using. Okay, so 20% of Fizz as extra fire is insane. Yeah, I told you, it's like Unholy Might, the new Unholy Might, but without needing to take the Ascendancy. It's 66% of the Ascendancy, 62.5% uptime. It's really good. That's really strong for a single Spectre. Yeah, this is cool for a Fizz to fire build. Okay, and then we have Carnage Chieftain, so we can still get our Frenzy Charges, and then Arena Master. This is, like I said, buffed. It got changed. It is different. It actually bursts. It doesn't use it randomly. It uses it when it sees an enemy. It's way better than it used to be. I don't know when they changed this, but yeah, it used to be 40% attack speed, move speed, damage, which they nerfed, but then they apparently changed the AI to make it better. I didn't know. And then Pale Seraphim is decent with the increased damage taken and the action speed slow. This is pretty nice, and comes back with Scourge League. So this is my go-to for the fire build. Alright, let's get into the build now. That's enough about Spectres. This is a zombie build. So we have zombie, minion damage, combustion, added fire, elemental damage with attacks, and multi-strikes. So technically the added fire and the LE damage with attacks and the multi-strike doesn't help the explosions, and we just have combustion, minion damage, zombie, but they buff the explosions by 2.5 times, so I think we're good there. And we have the AoE from the levels on the zombie, so it gets 80 AoE on the explosions. So that's really cool too. I was messing around with different supports you could be doing. This is what I ended up on. I'm not too worried about the ignite, but the fact that we can ignite, and this is probably going to be our big form of ignite, which is then the -10 fire res. I have the LE army through these ones to get the -10 again through the exposure, and then I'll also show my Feeding Frenzy. We have a Carrion Golem. Went Determination, Vitality, Scatterbots with Unbound Ailments, Precision, Defiance Banner. And then I show that you can do Infernal Cry. So it covers enemies in Ash. What is covering enemies in Ash? Let me go get that. One sec. Alright, this is Infernal Cry. So it says, cover enemies in Ash, causing 3% increased fire damage taken per 5 power. And then a unique is 20 power, and a rare is 10 power. And so you have to get 35 power to get the 20% increased fire damage taken, because it's like this times 7. So it's 7 times the 5, so it's 35 power. And 35 power is basically a unique and 2 rares, or 2 uniques, or 1 unique, 1 rare, 1 magic. It's actually pretty good. That's not that bad. And then you think, okay, even in the case of just a unique, this is 20 power, so it's 12% increased fire damage taken for clicking a button that lasts 6 seconds. It'll also make the person explode, like the things you mark with this, that you cover in Ash. But this is like really strong. That on a boss you have 12% increased fire damage taken, and then on a rare you have 6%, and then if there's anything else like stacking up to get you more, you could get 20%. That's really strong, because I was looking at options of cover in Ash, and I found Infernal Cry. There were some other options, but you give up something where this is just a single ability that has the potential to be like 3 to 20% increased fire damage taken in our fire build. Seems really strong. And yeah, Defiance Banner's nerfed, so I know, and Precision with Generosity. You don't need it for the slams, but it's good in general for the normal zombies and for the AG and everything. And then I didn't do, this isn't a full build because there's so much shit we don't know yet, but also I want to show you guys some more scaling to the build too. So I thought of a lot of stuff, okay? This is very in-depth, lots of shit going on here. I put Ancient Skull first. Now, slow down, think about this. Ancient Skull, what is this? Minions have 50% increased crit strike chance per max power charge you have. So I went back to this because I was like, oh my god, the crit strike chance when we lost our power charges, huge power charges for from our monkeys, the 600 crit chance. Now we can get 150 with 3 max power charges for our minions, and then when they crit, they can hear the whispers for 5 seconds, and hearing the whispers is they gain crazy stats. Okay, then also I realized that the downside, the 30 reduced max life, isn't as bad as I thought. It's kind of like losing 30 increased life. So you see how I have 24? This almost counters the entire downside of the helmet. And then the upside of like Maw of Mischief is just minions are aggressive. Now I like the Maw of Mischief permanent minions are aggressive because we have to understand what Ancient Skull is actually doing. What is it saying? What is going on here? What is the interaction? Okay, let me grab that for you. We have to use the old wiki. Sorry, ma'am. Okay, so when the minions hear whispers, they take 20% of their max life as chaos damage per second and have 50% increase attacking and attack speed and damage. And they don't listen to you. So not listening to you means they don't follow you. Convocation doesn't work. Meat Shield doesn't work. Predator, Feeding Frenzy, all this shit doesn't work. So the main point here is it's gonna take they would take 20% of their life as chaos damage per second, which is if they had 75 chaos, that's 1/4 of the damage. So okay, they'll take 5% of their life as chaos damage per second. That is a ridiculous degen, and I still think this is for non-permanent, like immune minions, because you give up their life, you make them degen, and all you get is some attack speed and damage. Now it's really good. It's like 2.5 harmonies and like a primordial harmony. I mean, it's primordial eminences, and then a primordial harmony and damage if you had like a couple golems, you know, or it's like a fortress covenant of damage, which is really, really big. and it's 150 crit chance for the minions with this helmet, and then the fact that you wouldn't, this would be your replacement for the aggressive is my point, but the fact that then they're not doing this when they didn't crit recently, so they're not hearing the whispers, so they're not doing all the cool stuff, and then they would be lazy, and how do they actually get started, and it sounds really terrible, and they're squishier, and the damage isn't worth it. Let's show the damage. 1.5 from 1.2, so the consistent minions are always aggressive, rather this weird shit where we're killing our AG, our Spectres, our minions, 5% of their life as chaos, dead. Okay, and that's after the chaos res. Okay, so then, Maw of Mischief, but then I showed that we have a 21 zombie, and you'd want to get it to 25 to get an extra zombie, because that'd be a huge power spike. If you could get an extra zombie and then an extra zombie, so you have 2 extra, you get an extra one with the Mon'treguls, because it rounds down. So if you had 9 zombies, you actually only have 4. So if we got 1 extra zombie, let's say through this amulet, it still says 4, so we actually have to get to 10 to get it to 5, because it rounds down. So to get the extra zombie now, after we have a +1 zombie amulet from Delve, that could be +2 or +3 with a new, we're doing the new Kalandra League where we can mirror items and make crazy, powerful, insane shit, so maybe we'll have a +3 zombie amulet. Okay, then I show this, Bones of Allure, +1 zombie. The shield, +1 to level of all minion spell skills on the Fossilized Spirit Shield, you know, that new shield, and there's body armor with the +2 Skin of the Lords. You could also do Dialas, that new thing, where you could put any gems in the red sockets, but I don't know how, we don't have 2 green sockets, so, or 2 green, I don't know, maybe you could put these in the green ones, and the gem sockets don't matter, those colors, so it's just a tabula with a +2, and Dialas is pretty good looking, I don't know, let me look at that right now. Diala. This is the thing I'm talking about, because apparently this is way better than I thought. So, now has gem sockets in red have +2. The ones in green have 30 quality, and the ones in blue have 100 XP. And then apparently, is this allowing you to put anything in each socket or something? Malefaction, because that's the big missing part here that you wouldn't know because they didn't say it here, but if it's what the chestplate can already do, aha, I see. Gems can be socketed in this item ignoring the socket color. So I could put this in and we could get a +2 on the zombie and something else. And then you could get quality on one of these. Depending also on the alt qualities of these weird things like added fire and shit. Dot multi, holy fuck. Fizz converted to fire. 20%. Wow, that's really cool actually. You could almost do triad grip. And if you did the one hand, that one replica Arendale's Embrace, then you could get cover enemies with Ash on hit, and they get Avatar of Fire, 50% of Fizz converted to fire, so you actually could maybe get this conversion without even having to do the triad grip. Wait, let me think. So if this is 20%, holy shit, it actually works. This is 20% converted, and then with the extra 30% from Dialas, it's 50%. So with this replica Arendales, you get fully 100% Fizz converted zombies without using triad grip. That is insane. And technically, you only need the zombie to be fire. You don't need the other ones. They just need a little bit of fire so that they have the Ellie. What the hell? Oh, it won't work then. Yeah, they won't be doing fire. Unless I add sources of fire through, like, ghastly jewels and stuff. Wow, that's so cool. This is insane. So then, yeah, extra level on the zombie gets you an extra zombie overall. You see how you have 5, so put 5 in our counter. And with all this, you'd go up to 2.3. And it was just the extra levels, and obviously you could make this gear better, like having +1 AMI, maybe even a +3 in the new season, +6 AMI. You have, damn, way better boot after. Maybe we replace the triad grip completely by just doing this added fire 100% conversion with the Arendales. replica Arendelles, but the new shields might be insane too. And what about Diala's? Oh my god. And then yeah, Maw Mischief and/or Ancient Skull. Ancient Skull can do some big deeps, obviously, and then the more crit multi you do as well. And this has some interesting stuff in here, which is okay, I show so many things, too many things in here. I've shown that you could get an Animate Guardian with the Legacy of Fury boot from Maven. And then this says nearby enemies are scorched, and then nearby enemies are scorched is making them have -10 fire res. So that's pretty cool. You could do that. You could enable this one, 120 increased crit strike chance, which is the new power charges. So if you did old power charges, it's way better, but and old frenzies. I've been doing it through here. So 120% increased crit strike chance is 3 power charges. It's 40% per. Here's the 20% of Fizz as extra fire. So the uptime isn't 100%, like we said. It's 62.5 or whatever. This is the frenzies, 12% more, 12% attack speed. Apply an additional curse is simulating the Animate Guardian have an additional curse, and the Animate Guardian is doing elemental weakness on its glove, and you do flammability, for example. And then the 100 crit multi and crit strike chance. This is the tree and the spirit offering. We don't have an offering, and it doesn't include the extra 20% offering from the tree. And then we have the base 2% crit strike chance from brittle, because you'd probably still use it. We expose the enemy to fire through the elemental army, and we had feeding frenzy, and it's just zombies. And it's new frenzies, and it's different specters, and you can actually see the power of these mods. So you saw the power of Scourge, so that's how much getting that. And then also the AG clear obviously would get the Legacy of Fury boot, so it would get more clear. If you had the power charges, it's not bad, right? If you got rid of this dude, it's pretty good, right? That Fizz's extra fire is really good when you scale up the extra fire as well. The 12% attack speed. The 12% more damage is huge. The additional curse is huge. The crit multi is gigantic. That's the spirit offering, and the crit multi on the tree. That's the crit strike chance. And then there's the base brittle. So even just losing brittle is not insane, because it's only base 2. We start with 5. This build was a lot of fun to put together, though. Lots of fun to experiment with. A lot of fun to show off what's possible, and to be looking at zombies again, especially Mon'treguls, and then it has the 25% more on the physical damage for the zombies on the weapon, and you could actually do this with the heist enchant tailoring orbs, or you can enchant this to get 15% increased fizz. And what's 15% extra of the 125? What's the highest fizz you can get on this? Okay, so 125 by 1.15, 143, and it'll round down 143. God damn, that's a lot of fizz damage. So 43% more out of your zombies, and they have extra life, and they have the all res, and they have explosions. God damn, this is sick. I wonder what the rings could have, and what the shield could have, and what could be possible in the new season. Oh my god, maybe the amulet and the rings with the mirroring. We wouldn't want aggressive on the rings and stuff, because it would, how would it mirror to like 3 times as good? You can't do that. This was the tree. I haven't showed it till now. It's pretty generic. It's got the minion survivability as much as I could. We had the zombies at 33,000 life. We had all the minion LE res, fizz damage reduction, aura stacking, ravenous horde. It's pretty cool. Pretty insane. I like the extra move speed for them. I didn't take the extra golem. The pathing's normal. I got the eldritch battery, so we don't have to use our mana. We can have the extra ES, and then we could build the gear. It's really cool though. Really fun to put together, and this was to simulate all the crit. They changed it actually, so you could actually take this now. Oh, they updated the thing. Oh, my thing's wrong. My crit shit's wrong, because they actually updated it true. Oh, that's so weird. I can actually pick the new stuff. Wait, one sec. Okay, now that we can just select the tree, let's see what happens. Boom, boom, boom. So each one of these is 4.2% more, and this is 7.2% more, and one of those is only 1.5. So it's a very, very weak because of all of our sources of increased crit strike chance. This is only 25. This is a quarter of the mastery that we used to have. Yeah, this looks poop. Where this crit multi is decent. We'll see after of our other sources, but damn, that doesn't look that strong. Like, you could just take generic damage and it's more. Why would you invest in crit that's only good when you crit? Especially when they get crit reduction and they can get the I'll show you an Archnemesis mod, guys, that you you maybe don't know. There's a lot of shit going on in this. Let's see here. Archnemesis Monster, and we got Assassin. That's the one I'm gonna look at. Did you know? Oh, he's not immune anymore. They took it out. You take 75% reduced extra damage from crit strike chance from crit strikes. Okay, that's not that bad. It's only 75. Not 100 anymore. Good. But yeah, now we get the new tree change. That's really cool. And the crit changes. Let's see what they're at. 31.7. And then this is no Assassin's Mark. No insane. No new shit. No new crit strike chance. This is just Spirit Offering, the tree. Yeah, you could actually have the power charges now. Showing off the 120 extra. Boom. Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good. That's the power charges. That's the host chieftain. They're potentially 100k on 1.3. It's actually sizable damage. It's not bad. Almost 10% more. Nice. This was a lot of fun, though. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing all of this stuff put together, too. I hope you enjoy pulling out new Spectres. Like, I haven't seen a Xoph's Favoured, and I haven't used an Arena Master in forever. And then Pale Seraphim's coming back, and Monkeys strong together, dude. Monkeys strong together. Don't ever forget about the host chieftain. We will bring him back. We will revive him. He will come back. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for hanging out. I hope this build interests you. Obviously, this is not fully complete, not fully put together, because it's literally impossible to fully plan out builds for the next season when we don't know any of the new stuff, and I believe that it's going to be quite powerful. Because we actually have new modifiers for minions, and they took our power and put it into items, and we don't know what the items are, so you can't plan anything. But all of this is actually good planning and useful and relevant, and I hope this helps you. And now this might interest you in a zombie build and get your fire started on zombies, and even maybe trying out the clear speed zombies, because I think it's going to clear pretty well without all that extra clear that I did before of the AoE and the ignite prolif. I'm just doing normal, and then it just has a little bit of ignite, because I figured that the ignite was pretty good damage. It'll just be pretty good with the -10 fire res as well. Like, this is 29% more damage basically, and then the ignite on top of it, so it's just a decent support gem. And then yeah, it enabled the ignite thing where I could ignite prolif it technically for the explosion. And then it was really funny that the added fire actually has conversion, and with a Dialas you can get 100% conversion using the replica Arendales. Like, that's pretty crazy. That's really cool. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for hanging out. I hope you guys enjoyed this too. I'm really looking forward to this new season. I think I'm going to do a practice run where I post my actual run on YouTube of my Act 1 to 5 and then my 6 to 10. Share it with you guys and do it like as a private video where I just go over stuff as I do it, and yeah, show you guys the actual leveling, even though I've done it on stream. Do an actual leveling fresh for YouTube and for the new season. Let me know what you guys think about that. Leave a comment in the comment section below of any other recommendations or things you guys want to see. Give me some ideas, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. I'm really excited though. Only 3 more days, boys. We can make it. True. Bye.